Alright guys, welcome to the beginning of our big MC5 weekend. My name is Counterfeit, joined by Daedalus here today to kick things off with our PC monthly funnels. Now, Daedalus, these funnels, they're the biggest thing we've got on PC at the moment. Why? Oh, why are they quite so important?
Well, you know what, Counterfeit, it's a monthly final, so whoever wins this one will get a lot of glory, plus you're gonna get some very nice camo, plus an Invictus trinket, plus, of course, credits for you to spend in-game.
So yes, guys, we're going to have a very big weekend of MC5 over the next 3 weekends. Not only PC, Android, Red, and Blue monthly finals as well. Huge prizes on the line for all the teams. But while we get our first game of the day sorted out, we're going to start things off with a free-for-all on the streets. Please use the passkey ESL123 and come in and join us. Show us what you're capable of and what you got, as we will be getting started pretty darn soon.
So, Peter, I know there's probably a lot of the viewers that know that we haven't casted together for a while, so why don't you tell the viewers what you've been up to?
Well, personally speaking, I've been in New York City, getting myself all the biggles that I can handle.
All the biggles?
Yeah, you gotta say it like they say it in New York, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things, I never really got the hang of it. But, fortunately, being English, I get away with a lot of stuff. Also, for you guys...
Oh wait, there you go.
Here we go. You'll need to have tier 7 and below weapons, and tier 3 and below armor. I believe there has been a little sneaky update on the Facebook page, where I'll just go and confirm for myself. There may well be some new armor coming our way of the tier 3 variety sometime soon. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you haven't already, please do check out the video from Dulzy on the Facebook page about the upcoming update 30. Should be a good old time. I think we've got enough Daedalus to get ourselves started for our first game. So, just use the passkey ESL123. Let me just get changed across to PC. There we go. And come in and join us all the way through. And so, Daedalus, if you're going to guess, if we go with the assumption we're going to have, probably about 8 players by the time we get this one properly started, what are you calling? What position are you going to end up in?
Oh... See, I wish I could say I would end up in the first place, but I'm not very good at MC5, and I've actually come to realize that by now, so probably last,
Oh,
if I have to be honest.
Oh, man. Well, welcome everyone to the stream. Hero Gaming 7, our wonderful moderator in the chat, and Gladiator Games, the 24-hour hero, and all the guys, and Savage21, I believe the representative of the Savages who are playing today, and everybody else. Welcome. Make yourself at home while you shoot each other in the face.
Yeah, well, that's what we do at my home as well.
Ah, it sounds like a warm and inviting place to be.
It definitely is. Oh, you killed me. That's not very nice of you, Peter. Why did you do that?
I mean,
Why did you kill me?
Oh, there you go, you got your revenge!
And I nearly killed Didier. Oh wait, I'm in second place. Oh wait, actually no, 6th place. Shared 6th place. So I actually don't suck that much anymore.
Oh man, I got caught by the Soul Catcher!
The Soul Catcher?
Yes, a terrifying name.
And a terrifying person as well, I could imagine.
Oh, I can only imagine. With trembling lips. Ah.
I'm in 3rd place right now. Can the new armor be used in the tournament? Ivan asks. Peter?
Well, from what I remember, it's tier 3, so I would expect so. I don't know if it's the armor. I'm actually not sure if the armor is out as of yet, but I certainly saw a post about it. I was trying to find it on the page. I'm sure it's there somewhere, but I was having a bit of trouble digging it out. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. Oh, I'm in first place. No, Didier took away my first place spot.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And now Didier killed me. Didier.
Our admins for today are Hunter and I think a little later on Aviator featured as well. Oh no. So if you see those guys in the chat,
why am I so good today? This is crazy. Oh, no, no, no. That's a grenade.
That's a decoy.
It's a trap.
Oh man, if only I'd kept my sights where they needed to be. Yeah! Dealer's destroying everybody!
Well, I am also getting destroyed. I've died 2 more times than Didier. So, what?
Well, that doesn't matter, like. You can die as many times as you like.
Well, I'm in 3rd place now. At least I'm doing better than you.
That's true. I had a very strong start, but it's all gone to pieces.
Yeah, well, that's what usually happens, man, when you play.
Oh man. I'd hoped we'd gotten past the abusive part of the relationship, but apparently still there, huh?
I have a lot to make up for the last, what, like 4 weeks, so you better prepare yourself. You better not cry. I'm telling you why.
Oh,
I'm here to abuse you all day. Verbally abuse, of course. There you go.
Oh,
and
man.
abuse you in-game as well.
My grenade just didn't do me no good.
Test is really doing a lot of work right now. Test is just kicking my butt.
Oh man, wrong place, wrong time. Ah. Oh no! Wherever I am, Tess is always behind me.
Oh no. Yeah, Test is pretty everywhere. It is quite scary how fast Test moves. Oh, you just killed Didier. Good job, man. And now Soul Catcher caught my soul. And now I'm doing as poor as you. Or as poorly, rather.
Let me just have a quick check-in with our admin today, Hunter, to see how things are going.
Yeah, I'll ask. You just continue to play. I need to give you a chance to do better than me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well.
Ugh!
What you don't do for friends, man.
Let's go for
Let's go for what?
Let's go for the old woof woof themselves, the tracker. So, I caught some bits and pieces of the update 30 stream. Some of the stuff in there was a pretty heavy nerf to the Marauder that I think people have been sort of crying out for quite some time. Oh man, I feel like being a little bit better. Ronaldo Tall Boss, come in and join, absolutely. When you guys in here, we'll be running custom games until we get our first match through. Oh no! Let's see, so... Oh, he's got 2 players up at the top. Oh man, I've got to break into double digits.
You are at the rock bottom, dude.
Well, the only way is up.
That's true. It can only become better.
Ah! Whoop. What happened? I think my last went a bit crazy. Alright. I'm feeling good. I took out Test. I got shot by somebody else while trying to shoot you.
Oh, you tried to shoot me?
I did.
That's not very nice.
Well,
why
that's
are
just
you
the
like
measure
that?
of the game. I'm gonna track you down.
I need to get one more kill.
Oh, what's
I need
going
to,
on,
no.
guys?
You have 5 seconds to find 3 more kills, man.
I found a decoy. That counts for half a kill.
I don't think so.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Didier is too good for this game.
Alright, let's get back out of here and we're going to set up a different game. So, we've done a free-for-all already. Now we're going to be doing ourselves a team battle. So guys, if you want to come and join in, we've done a free-for-all. There you go. Just dropped into YouTube. Didn't get to mute myself in time. How embarrassing. Dealers, your choice. Where shall we go for our second community game of the day?
Ooh, let's go to the rooftops.
Alright. So, as we said before, tier 7 and below weapons, tier 3 and below armor, just like in the ESL. Let's get it started, and we'll form again our most amazing of teams. Team to Fit and Deedle Team.
Deedle Team?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think we came up with more clever names before, but it escapes me.
Yeah, it was, my team was the Deedless Dynamites.
Ah. I have to think of another name for mine. Counterfeits? Counterfeits? Yeah, that's straightforward.
Why not?
So we've got Savage in here. I'm just going to have a quick check and see if I remember that correctly. Yeah, Savage21, the owner of Savage, is one of the teams that's playing it today. So I think we've had a little bit of a delay on the beginning. But we'll get things underway as soon as we can. Of course, we will not leave you guys high and dry. We'll keep the games going. The Notorious Moon YouTube. There will be an Android tournament a little bit later on today. We're having some technical issues with our Android, so we may well not be able to actually broadcast it. We might throw out some PC community games, just keep you guys updated as to what's going on with the Android tournament, but we'll keep you updated. But if you want to play, then I'll send a link to the Android tournament into the chat now. Alright, I think that's a good healthy amount of teams. I'll throw out one more invite. I think it's going to be a complete mess.
Okay, it looks like we might have a pass key. I'll check it out and you can just start the community game.
Okay. Unassigned players. Are you going to jump in? Or you're just teasing me? There we go. Alright guys, so we'll be dropping in community games as and where we can. Most of the time this is going to be between series. So each round is made up of 3 games, or best of 3 games, which will constitute one series. And then between those series, then we'll be dropping down and putting some community action in place. Of course, there's no reason why you guys can't all play with each other while we're playing the games and things. In fact, we encourage you to do so. Mango YouTube. I know your account got banned. Well, I hope that gets figured out. Definitely have a word with Game Lost Community Care. Maybe it's something they can get figured out. I don't know.
Well, there is only one way to figure it out.
Alright, where is everyone? I guess not down here. Oh man. Ah, it's the Hauser. I think I changed off. I think people have started using the Hauser again. I don't know if the Shred got nerfed or something similar. What is on with my mouse? Alright, so I got myself a sniper. Oh man, it seems like it's not a good time to be on top of those rooftops.
You don't want to be on the top of those rooftops, man.
Okay, I think I've got too big of a scope in there as well. Notorious mean you wanted to join in Android but you don't have a team. Well, the best way to get a team is to... let me post this in the chat for everybody else. There is the ESL Discord, as I'll AFK and get killed, which you can use to find teammates through the recruitment channel. And that's really the best way to get started with. Alright, how's the team doing? Oh, that was lucky.
How's my team doing?
It's doing better than my team, though I did just accidentally headshot 2 of them. I might have something in my mouse.
Something in your mouse?
Yeah, it keeps flipping up. Hey, Shinsuke! Oh, it's the alternative camera. Is that why that's happening? I might well have put that on. Let's see. No, I've put that off already. Maybe if I turn it on? Woo! Oh, Hero Gaming Simon, Ghostbox says his team's ready, you just have to join. Well, they need to get the passkey to us, Hero Gaming Simon. Can you get Ghostbox to send either me or Dealers the passkey? Or ideally, I think Aviator Featured is taking over as primary admin right now. But yeah, if we don't have the passkey, we can't get into the game.
Nope. I'm working on getting a passkey, ladies and gentlemen, so we can get the first ESL game on the way. And I think yes, our second lobby is up. It would be Score Gaming versus Golden State. Game number 2, and Golden State, they won the first one.
Ah, okay. In that case, guys, we'll be in there in just a second. Go grab yourselves a drink of delicious water, perhaps, and we'll get our ESL action underway, all kinds of official-like, in just a few moments' time. Welcome guys to our first official ESL game of the day. We are coming into the second game of this series, Golden State V2 up against Score Gaming from Mexico.
Yes, and this will be quite a banger kind of fit. And you know what? Score Gaming, they are looking hot, and I thought they would be the clear favorites going into today's tournament, but they are on the brink of going out here in the first round.
Yeah, that's really surprising, given that Score Gaming have had some pretty strong performances recently. They had a run of, they had a unbeaten tournament last time they played, which was only last week, and they beat out multiple teams who are playing here today. For Golden State, they've had nowhere near that level of success, so getting the first game victory is hugely important.
Oh, it certainly is kind of it, and it all just begins here for Golden State, because if they can take it down, Score Gaming, then they're really looking quite hot, and I'm sure that they can only just continue to move forward.
So no early kills from either side of the equation to see Score taking possession of the top and right hand sides of the map. For the Argentinian squad, Golden State V2 sticking themselves to entirely the left hand side, looking for a couple of sniper kills from long range.
Yeah, right now we are seeing I believe that is Loki or Loki trying to take some shots with that imp, but not landing. I need the first kill of the game. We'll move over to YouTube or UT over from Score.
That's a good sniping action there. It's very rare to see this conversion map played out this kind of way, in a manner reminiscent of something like Scramble, with the two teams trying to peek out at each other and pick off kills. It's normally a full-on brawl.
Yeah, it certainly is kind of it, but right now, apparently it's not a full-on brawl at all, and I like what the two teams are doing. They're just trying to test each other out and figure out the limits. And now the problem for Score Gaming is that they're caught here in this corridor. It means that you can chuck in some grenades. There are windows open. You can just get them in there like you're seeing right now, and that will give a lot of kills over to Golden State V2 if they can land those grenade kills.
Score definitely taking the leaf out of Golden State's book and trying to stick to one side now with Golden State at the gates. You have to think as soon as that single kill falls to either side, it will fall to Golden State just then. Now Darius and Kira with kills of their own. Of course now Score, they can't afford to stay back, and instead it's a swapperoo as Golden State flee themselves to the other side of the map, and Score Gaming are now the ones forced to chase them.
Well, to be fair, kind of it here for Golden State. They, sorry, not for Golden State, for Score Gaming. You have a lot of time still left in this game. 4 minutes, there's no reason to go over and rush. So I like that they're taking it so slow. I like that they're just saying, okay guys, we just need one kill to make it an even game, and for us to then be allowed to pull back again. So let's not rush forward, let's take our time, and let's get something concrete out of this slow push.
Well, Score YouTube, that first blood, and only blood so far, holder for Score Gaming, trying to sneak around the flank, while Zafiro goes for the other side. It seems risky if Golden State decide to pour out either towards the top or bottom of the map.
Oh, Playboy, that is huge. Getting a kill right there for Score. Definitely will give them that favor back. And now they can go back. Now they can go away from the Golden State. But apparently Playboy is still searching. It's all the way up to that wall. This is very, very risky. And if Playboy goes down, then we're back to an even state with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. You don't want to have that. But UT and Tamelios takes down even more members from Golden State. And now Golden State, they have to go under aggressive.
Golden State, they just need one more game to make it through to the semi-finals with that first game victory off stream against Score. For Score, this could be a huge wake-up call for them to go from a tournament win to potentially getting knocked out in the first round.
Oh yes, you certainly wouldn't want to see that here for Score Gaming, so they have so much pressure on them kind of it. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The center of the map turning into a powder keg here, as Barbara and the rest of Golden State, old thoughts of playing this one out slow and steady thrown out the window. These last 2.5 minutes look to be set up for a brawl.
So many bombers, so many airstrikes, everything's just coming in here counterfeit, but Score Gaming, they're still on top of this game. They're looking quite unstoppable, and for Score Gaming, it's not really been the military support that's been helping them. They've only gotten 3, and they've not been getting so much help from those military supports. So I like the Score Gaming, they're just coming in here showing Golden State that they can still play, and that even though they lost game number 1, it was all just a fluke.
It's all up in the air for game number 2, as Score Gaming were just caught up on by Golden State. Let's take a look at those numbers. It's Darius, 4 and 3 right now, and Kira, the 2 top scorers for the Blue Squad, now overtaking Score, who are relying very hard on Score YouTube to stay ahead.
Oh, Bomber is coming in here. Deployable cover as well. Golden State, they are on the aggressive. You know what, Counterfeit? This could certainly help them, but that Bomber from Score is not helping out at all as Golden State. They lose 1 member to that Bomber. They lose 1 member to being shot. And suddenly, Tamalitos getting 2 out of nowhere for Score might just help them seal the deal here in this game.
A real nice comeback for Score here when it counts the most, but a double kill from Barbara with a beautifully placed grenade means this last minute is anyone's. 1 kill separating, 1 game is all it takes to have Score knocked out of the tournament early.
45 seconds left to go, and Golden State, they're hanging on with everything, Counterfeit. They're trying to throw everything at Score Gaming, and even the kitchen sink, even the entire window panel in the house, they're throwing at them. But Score Gaming, they're coming out ahead right now. 2 more kills. Golden State, they can do it, but it's going to be so very hard. But apparently, it's even out of nowhere, and 22 seconds left to go.
Barbara doing a great job there. Barbara doing a great job of picking up those last few kills as Kira and the rest of the team. Of course, Golden State trying to secrete themselves in the far corner of the map, coming in from the side. Samalito does manage to pick off a kill, but once more it's going to be needed. Could this be the end of Score Gaming? They get the equalizer to the last second, and we're going to overtime.
Oh my god, Counterfeit, I do not believe what we're seeing, but apparently it's real. Golden State, they refuse to give up, but Score Gaming coming in with that brute force, coming in with all their aggression, and it's working out to Malitos, getting 2 kills with that grenade and 4 fun, getting 1 as well. Golden State, they fought bravely, but this might just be it.
Golden State V2 breaks down to just being a 2 versus 5 after disastrous rush in at the beginning of overtime. Fortunately for them, at least it's their 2 best performing players, but surely there's no way they can win out here.
You know what, man? This is going to be crazy if Kira can do this. If they can pull this back from the brink of the loss, if Golden State, they are to win this quarterfinal. I would be amazed, but right now, that might just be the case. With that sniper, you can take them down 1-on-1, and as long as Score Gaming, they are this spread out that they are right now, then it might just succeed.
Yeah, well, all credit to Golden State. They managed to use those 2 players to cut it down to a 2 versus 3 for just a moment. But there we go. You can't hide from Score Gaming. They will claim themselves an equalizer. And everybody, we will be seeing a Game 3, Golden State and Score, even from the very start, from the quarterfinals.
It is just so crazy, Counterfeit. Honestly, this is such a good series, and I can't wait to see Score Gaming and Golden State go onto the streets, because while it was a slow game for a while, it really turned out as a banger towards the end. And if we see so much aggression coming from them onto the streets, then I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a game.
Definitely recognition for Tamalitos. They're 10-2, the best performance in the game by a long way. Everybody, stay tuned. We will be back shortly, and we will have that decider game. Only one of these 2 teams gets to go forward to the semi-final stages. And we'll see who will be in just a few short minutes' time. We're back for game number 3, the decider between Golden State V2 and Score Gaming.
Now, you know what, Counterfeit Score Gaming, they won the last game, which is like nothing to give. It was so close between these two teams. So Golden State, this time around, looking to completely finish off Score Gaming as they won game number 1.
And the big player to watch out for is Tamalito from the Score Gaming side of things. Tamalito's getting a impressive, I believe it was 10-2 scoreline last time around, pretty much saving the game from the Mexican squad by themselves.
And for the Mexican squad too, Counterfeit, and talking about the Mexican squad, you need to swap names on the overlay. The Score Gaming, they on the left side. But yes, talking about Tamalitos, that player was so good with those grenades in the last game. Hit so many multi-kills. So if you can see that once again here for Tamalitos, then you're sure to see a lot of group kills come out for Score Gaming that can keep them afloat.
Yes, should all be fixed now. So Darius, one of the players we're watching for from last time round, is Kira, the 2 survivors at the end of overtime when game number 2 went all the way to the very end. Honestly, I was impressed by the amount of fight they had left in them, but ultimately wasn't enough for the start of this game looking a lot better.
Yeah, well, Golden State so far up by 4 kills. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, there's a long time to go, and right now, Legion Gaming, thank you for wishing everyone good luck. That is very nice, but yes, for Score Gaming, they could need some luck. For Golden State, they don't need that. They're creating their own luck so far.
A very strong start, so we see Cookie holding the line. Of course, these limited entryways to this far left-hand part of the map make this a prime defensive position. We saw both teams were inclined to play this way before, though ultimately they didn't stick with it the whole game.
No, that is definitely true, Counterfeit. And sometimes you need to change things up so that you can come in with a fresh perspective. And I think right now, Golden State, they definitely come in with a very nice fresh perspective, because last time around, they were playing very defensively. They were not trying to go for those aggressive pushes, those aggressive plays. This time around, while they are playing in the corner and while they are playing behind the castle, they are going aggressive like Darius right there, going all the way up into the face of Score Gaming and giving them a piece of their own medicine.
Zafiro does get a nice kill from long range, but it's still fighting from a disadvantage into an entrenched team. Score Gaming in real trouble here. Golden State, they haven't had the strongest run of tournament performances recently, but this would be a huge pickup from them to make it through to the semi-finals, only one step away from a guaranteed payout.
Let's see if they can do it, Counterfeit. Obviously, if you get into the semi-final, you're going to meet even more teams that, well, honestly, will just be better than Score Gaming. Score Gaming, they came in with so much momentum, but it's looking like they're not quite hitting it here today. But for Golden State, they could meet up with Omni Esports moving in to the semi-final. And honestly, Omni Esports, they are a team of a whole different caliber.
Well, this was what makes it even more puzzling, the outcome of this game here, because Score Gaming beat out Omni Esports, the next round potential opponents of either of these teams, last week in regular competition. But perhaps it is the glare of those big lights, the high stakes competition, that's bringing out the best from the Argentinian squad.
Cosito getting a kill onto UT. Now they're pushing out. This is Golden State going aggressive, and they are not giving a damn about Score Gaming sieging upon them. They just want to go hard, and they want to go ham here against Score Gaming.
Guys, of course, we recognize Score Gaming from our other Android and iOS streams as well. A prolific team who've been around the scene for a very long time. Their PC team, I believe, a lot newer than their ones on the mobile platforms. I think Score, unless they pull out something super dramatic, this is going to be it for them.
It certainly could be Counterfeit. And for Golden State, they're gaining so much off the fact that they're getting all of these series of kills and that they're not being flushed out here from the left side of the map. They have 5 military support, and that's been helping them so much when it comes to just gaining control over that area.
Darius, who we're watching here, has been doing a fantastic job with the Commander Shield, locking down territory. I mean, it speaks to how confident Golden State are now that they're actually breaking out of their own defensive position just to harvest more kills and make it almost impossible for Score to come back.
But it is still a possibility to counterfeit, but with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, with them falling so far behind, I think Golden State, they're going to take this. They could just go to 50 kills. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember 50 kills is the mark that we're looking for. And Golden State, they are well on the way to picking up that right here and right now.
Very close to doubling up on Scored's performance so far. Welcome everyone who's coming to the stream, Sheriff Gaming. And everyone else, as well as Savage, still hanging out in the chat. I'm kind of surprised they're not playing, as it doesn't look like anything is going to change coming to these last minute and a half. I think, honestly, Golden State, they've managed to refine on the strategy they deployed in game number 2, and now they are just putting up a problem for which Score Gaming seem to have no solution.
Moving into the next game, counterfeit teams, they need to figure out how to split up Golden State. Here in this game, Golden State, they've been working together as a team. They have so many assists compared to Score Gaming, so splitting up might just be the best idea.
The Tufo gonna do that last bit of defense as these choke points just seem to have no way through for Score Gaming. It doesn't look like they have any smoke grenades or anything similar to conceal their approach, so as they walk in, they are just getting absolutely torn to shreds. Cosito and Darius and Pitufo and Kira, honestly nearly the entire team performing admirably, and that will be a very firm Game 3 victory and a place in the semi-finals for Golden State V2.
Yes, congratulations to the Golden State lineup. You know, counterfeit, I'm a huge fan of teams working together, especially in a game like MC5, where it's so easy to fall into the trap of being aggressive. So right here, this was a supreme display of talent, I say, for Golden State, and I would love to see them, what they can do in the semifinal moving forward.
Alright guys, with a 24 kill advantage, that is a very strong way for Golden State V2 to start things off. But I believe we are going to be quickly jumping into our first semi-final in just a few minutes time. So while we'd normally have a community game here, we would have to attend to our ESL business. We'll be back in just a few minutes time with our first semi-final of the finals. We're in for our first semi-final of the day between Clan Legendario and Alpha OP. We're starting things off on the Museum, but these are two teams who've both had varying levels of success so far.
That is certainly true, but Legendario, they're coming in as the clear favorites kind of fit. They've been winning some tournaments so far. Well, they've not been winning tournaments, but they're consistently getting into the top. And right now, it's only Alpha OP who's standing in their way. And Alpha OP as a team, they have some good days and they have some bad days, just to say the least.
I mean, guys, this is what you want if you're a weekly player. It's all about scoring highly in the weekly tournaments and being around for the competition. So by that, even though Legendario haven't won tournaments recently, they've been in the top 4. And that means they've been doing that consistently enough to get the #1 seed. And by being up in the upper bracket, it's given them a huge advantage in avoiding some of the teams they want to avoid.
Oh, definitely kind of fit. Score Gaming, they already went out. So now it's down to Golden State and Savages, who have been beating out Clan Legendario so far. But for these two teams, they're not going to meet Clan Legendario before the grand final. And it's only going to be one of them that's going to move into the grand final. So Legendario, they have a bloody good shot at the title today.
And all you even need to do is get to the finals itself to get some of that big finals payout. Guys, it's looking like it's starting out pretty even, which is honestly kind of surprising given that Alpha OP are massively underdogs coming into this one. The Colombian team are, and they've only got 4 players.
But you know what, kind of it, they are playing smart compared to the fact that they only have 4 players. Right now, you're seeing them just group up in the top of the map. They know that they don't have the Tigers advantage because they don't have the man advantage. So just try and get the defender's advantage instead by trying to stay put and covering all these entrances.
Legendario, they seem to be struggling because they're attacking from 2 different angles. At the same time, we've got Razor and Pose over on one side, the Toke and Taguito over on the other side. They're just kind of trying to pry for a few weaknesses. But so far, yeah, this hyper defensive style for Alpha OP seems to be keeping them okay until their 5th player arrives, as they've just done right now.
And now Alpha OP, they might just turn it up a notch. They certainly have the ability to do so, kind of fit, and the only problem is that it could bite them in the butt right now. They're sitting at 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. That is not a lot of time if you are to fall very far behind right here. But apparently Hubs just says, hang on a second, Deedless, I can land those shots. Don't you worry.
So from the side, Alpha OP with the tenuous advantage right now up in their defense position. They've got all 5 members. If Legendario couldn't figure out a way to break in to this top side of the map and there was only 4 members of Alpha OP, I can't imagine they can do it now that there's 5.
No, it's just going to be so hard, but Adrian's lessons, smart shot right there with that sniper. You're seeing a lot of them come out here for Clan Legendario. So with those snipers, you don't really need to go super aggressive kind of it. You don't really need to come in and open up the top of the map. You just need to be able to land those shots, and with your 2 snipers, you're also limiting the amount of people that you expose to Alpha OPs to 3 snipers.
Adrian Lessons looking to again try and snipe off a kill as they've managed to just thread through that shot onto Didier. This is all that Legendario needed to do. Now they just need to fall back without giving up another kill as Pose OP actually takes out cover on the way out. Didier out, we saw them in the custom game score, goes right into Pose OP's face, but that still won't equalize.
But Didier does get a kill right there, takes down some of the members, and suddenly Alpha OP, they're looking so strong, picking up 2 free kills out of nowhere and putting themselves above the table.
A really nice pickup there. Legendario maybe just didn't get enough of a lead to fall back successfully, so we're back to the attempt to pick off again and again. Pose OP with a lovely grenade kill, but it's still right back up in the Egyptian room, which we're seeing Alpha OP holding on. And while it's a dead even so far, you have to think there's going to be a sniper kill coming from one side or the other.
Oh, certainly, Counterfeit. And Didier is one of those players that you need to look out for from Alpha OP as well. Didier, in the custom games that we've seen, Counterfeit, Didier has just been completely dominating the scene in those custom games, and I believe that Didier will be able to just keep it up here in this game and really help out Alpha OP, but Clan Legendario, they're making a resurface here towards the end, picking up 3 kills and putting themselves on top of the table.
Let's see what they've got for us. So Adrian Lessons definitely seems to be thriving in this sniper-centric environment as Pose OP just hanging out by the wall, I think trying to cut off any potential aggression from Alpha OP, who now have to dramatically change up their game plan. They can't hold back. Time is running out.
Oh, it certainly is. And now Alpha OP, they need to push out, as you said, Counterfeit. But it's just going to be so hard. You have everyone covering these entrances from the side of Legendario. They're ready to shoot down Alpha OP. Right now, Alpha OP, they're not the ones hiding away. They're the ones just being caught in a trap. And Legendario, they're not going to allow them to get out.
Last few moments coming in.
And even more kills, Counterfeit.
Just gonna let Hunter know that we're into this first semi-final game with the with the bombing run coming in, going wide, not driving any territory, but it does allow for Didier to slip through and pick up a sniper kill. I don't know honestly if Alpha OP are gonna thrive when it comes to getting out onto the map and turning this one into a brawl, which is what they have to do here.
They certainly do, but it's just going to be so hard with time ticking out. 24 seconds, Counterfeit. They need to find 5 kills. They can't allow themselves to die. They start out pretty well, but D-Tog finds kill onto Didier, and suddenly everything's just looking unstoppable here. Legendario, they're about to win the first game.
Cover around the corner, can't quite manage to find it though. Time has run out for the Colombian squad, and Legendario, despite a shaky start to the game, end out with a pretty solid 7-kill advantage.
And now we are going to go on to a scramble, Counterfeit. Alpha OP, they are on the brink of losing the semi-final, but Legendario, if they can keep this up and if they can just make sure to always trade kills and not fall too far behind, then I believe this might just be their series.
So 19-12. Of course, we're going to recognize some of our best performing players in that. I think that's got to go to Guito. 4-1. Real impressive stuff. But this quarterfinal is just getting started. Guys, we're going to a short break where we do get that second upper semi-final match for you guys. And we'll be back in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back, friends. We are going to be getting into a quick battle royale. We'll wait for the start.
Nope, we have a pause key.
I was misled.
Well, I thought we were doing a battle royale as well, because I can actually perform well in battle royale, but apparently not. We have a pause key confit, and nearly everyone is in here, so join up, move your butt. Let's get going before we start growing.
I'll be there in just a second. So guys, we'll be getting into our second game between Alpha OP and Clan Legendario. Honestly, it's kind of surprising to see that we've kind of had this twice so far, with the teams going for this really, really defensive style of play. But ultimately, at least this time around, that did persist all the way to the end of the game.
Are you joining up? Because everyone is here.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And we'll all be there in just a few seconds' time. So guys, apologies for the delay. And we'll have that game for you in just a second. Okay, it looks like everyone's pretty much here.
Well, I think everyone is here, they've just not started yet. Oh wait, no, Didier is asking for everyone to start. So, I do think we're gonna start very, very soon.
Okay.
Who are you rooting for?
I'd like to see Alpha OP manage to get a game back for themselves. They're a team who've kind of, struggled to, as much as Legendario have been sort of denied the top spots. Alpha OP have kind of been denied any kind of spot whatsoever. So yeah, I'm usually gonna root for the underdogs. So in this case, I like for Alpha OP to at least get a game back.
Yeah, well, you know what, kind of fit. I think that is totally fair, but I will say that I think looking at the last game, it does feel like Clan Legendario, they as a team performed way better, and that they just were able to really pull through when you needed to. It's like, I think the overall team coordination from Clan Legendario was just better than what we saw from Alpha OP.
Oh yeah, I mean in terms of actual performance, for sure. The Alpha OP, I think they've got a lot of work to do in this game number 2 as we head out onto Scramble. We've got a bit of a mixed start as Chiquito BSW is very far forward in Argentinian territory. The Legendario team look like they're going to set up mostly in the top right-hand corner. And of course, Warren, famous for that commander, will just walk forward and take whatever kills they please.
Oh yeah, and I like the setup here from Clan Legendario in terms of classes kind of fit. One commander, you have 2 players on those assault rifles and 2 players with snipers. So you have basically everything that you need. Close, middle, long range combat. There's nothing that you could want here on the side of Clan Legendario, and everything just complements each other.
The early kills, 2 of them going across to Datok, who's doing a nice job from afar to Quito, also picking up a good sniper kills. It seems like Alpha OP, they're going to run into the same problem they had last game. They're going to be controlled by Legendario within this hangar and struggle to break out.
But Alpha OP, they do have the possibility to do so, kind of fit. With those 3 snipers, you can't get those breakout kills. You can find those entry frags, quote unquote, so that you can't get going. But right now it's looking quite impossible with Clan Legendario just waiting on the outskirts of this hangar and not giving Alpha OP a single inch to work with.
It's been a brutal display from the Argentinian squad. Legendario just, I think at this point, the only reason they're not pushing forward into Alpha OP territory is because they want Alpha to keep on respawning inside Hangar 01, but they just are struggling mightily to find their feet.
Well, you know what, some kind of it. Once you find a good hunting ground, you have no reason to change things up. And Legendario, they've found that right here and right now. They've been absolutely slaughtering Alpha OP. You can look on, just at the kills on the top of the scoreboard. 14-5, about to be 15-5. It's a 10 kill lead so far.
You can see Warren, definitely the big pickup there. Cover from the side of Alpha OP has been doing some work, as Zarihuela will grab one for themselves, but Alpha OP, they haven't managed to get into the double figures as of yet. This could be our first 2-0 series of the finals.
Oh, and it's looking like it might just be counterfeit. Alpha OP about to just fall even further behind now. 11 kills overall, and they're still caught inside the hangar. They're still not being able to push out. Their only hope right now is that Legendario, they continue to lose so many kills that they're giving up right now, that they're not going to get any military support. Because overall, Legendario, they've gotten no military support really to talk about.
That military support would do a great job of trying to clear out some of the space outside the hangar, but yeah, there's just nothing happening. Just managing to break through into 10 kills, that's 2 digits, while Legendario are halfway towards being done. He said, the fact that Legendario have been playing so consistently recently has earned them the #1 seeded position, and that has given them a much smoother ride through to the finals than it could have been otherwise.
Ooh, finally, Alpha OP, they're trying to push out Counterfeit, but the bombers and airstrikes coming in here for Legendario, they're not really giving them anything to work with. As long as those bombs, they fall outside the hangar, you're not being allowed to push out.
Whoa, well the bomber did make an impact there. Chiquito picking up 2. This is a chance for Alpha OP to break out, but I think they just lost too many members and being down to only 4 players total. I think they just didn't commit in for it. And ultimately, we're left back where we started even after that big bombing run.
Alpha OP still back inside the hangar, and now with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go, Counterfeit, it seems very unlikely that Alpha OP, they can push out. At this point in time, Legendario, they've had them inside this hangar for so long that, like, Alpha OP, they would need to do something drastic in order to push out, and I don't think we're going to see that from them right here and right now.
Just 2 minutes left on the clock. You can only imagine what the communications must be like for Alpha OP right now, as they try mightily to figure out the answers to this conundrum put before them. Legendario have locked them inside the hangar. There doesn't seem to be any way out. Chiquito does get a nice double kill there, but will get cut down by the Toke breaking into the hangar.
Clan Legendario, they are our first seeded team, Counterfeit, and they're showing us why they are that right here and right now. While they aren't the victors of any recent tournaments, they have been consistently getting inside top 4. And right now, we're seeing why they are being able to do so, why they are looking so good, and why they have the pure mechanics to get to the top.
Hola to Gomatax, score gaming leader in the chat, as it's looking to seem that Alpha OP, they have dropped another member. I think any dreams of seeing the world's biggest turnaround from the Colombian team Alpha OP have just gonna be a fantasy. Legendario, I think that, yes, they've now moved into the hangar. They finally released Alpha OP, only to hunt them down all the further.
2 more kills for Legendario will be at Counterfeit, and then they will be moving in to the grand final. We're going to be moving down towards the lower semi-final of this game. We're going to figure out whether or not it's going to be Score Gaming or Golden State who's going to face up against Legendario in the grand final, Counterfeit. Oh, sorry, not Score Gaming versus Golden State. It's going to be either Savages or the Golden State.
Well, guys, Legendario, they are guaranteed at least some amount of payout. The Toke and Warren both taking top honors in that last game. But if we can, and we'll have to see how the passkeys end up playing out, we'll get you guys into a custom game before all that is done. So do please come and join us for ESL 1, 2, 3 for our break game before that second semi-final.
Ladies and gentlemen, join up. It's going to be the passkey ESL 1, 2, 3. And obviously it's on the PC platform, so you would not want to miss it.
Now, guys, we only get to bring you PC competition once every couple of weeks, and of course this being the most special of all. Alright, let's get it set up. Tier 7 and below weapons, Tier 3 and below armor. Come and join us. Show us what you're capable of. And maybe, just maybe, give yourself some material to get into one of our ESL PC teams down the line.
So I just got the confirmation. It will be Golden State versus Savages in the lower semi-final. There was some admin decisions to be made for that semi-final, but it will be Golden State. So now, Planet and Dario, they're going to be facing up either against an American squad or a squad from their home country of Argentina as well.
Yeah, the Argentinian teams have been cleaning up today. But guys, we'll be getting this break game started. I'll keep the pass key up on the screen, and we'll be back in just a little bit. More MC5 action coming up as our second semi-final looms after the break. We're back for the second semi-finals, lower semi-finals this time round, as we're seeing the first appearances on stream of Savages going up against Golden State V2, the Argentinian representatives.
Both teams, they have been looking good moving up against Clan Legendario, but in order to go up against them and hopefully take them down once again for these two teams, it does all begin right here in the semi-final where they need to take down each other. So Savages, Golden State versus 2, both looking to win.
So we've got a missing member for the Golden State V2 team. I believe that's going to be Kira, who we saw before, one of the better players. But looks like they're actually not going to be taken to the field for this time round. We will have Barber, who remember before was able to trim a few extra points for Golden State. The early exchange, though, goes in favor of the Americans.
Oh, it certainly does, kind of. Savages finding 6 kills within the first 1 minute, make that 8 as they find even more. And right now Golden State, they're looking not too hard. It's looking like Savages, they're forcing them to not play to the style that Golden State they want to, where Golden State they just group up as a team, hide in one spot, and then play with an idea about them just play a slow game where you can just always defend yourself.
Well, Golden State V2, they're trying to circle the wagons in the middle of the map right now. Well, they've got a couple of members around the outside. They're getting hit from multiple angles from the American squad. Nice couple of pickups there. Do start to show that the Argentinian team have got some life for them, and a double coming through courtesy of Cookie and another, with only X-Dragon trading back 1.
But Golden State, they're keeping up here with the Savages. They're not giving up without a fight. And with 5 minutes left to go, kind of, I feel like this could indeed be quite a banger here between these two teams. 2 kills separating them. And Golden State, they're starting to look way better.
Yeah, they're really picking up the pace. We saw Savage 21, the namesake of the Savages team, getting taken out in close quarters. We do see Savages moving up as a unit, all 3 of them pushing up through the corridor. Player X manages to grab one. Cosito from the side gets a trade kill back across, but the Savages are starting to pull ahead.
The Savages, they had a run last month, kind of, where they just won everything. So they definitely are one of the clear favorites in today's tournament, but they did also take a month's break. So coming back into this month, kind of, it might just be not enough for them. They might not have gotten enough practice. They might not be on the top of their form. But right now, at least their current form is enough to perhaps beat the Golden State.
Yeah, we plan easy with a 1-2 teach Savages a lesson in the last weekly tournament the Savages played in, giving them a first round loss. So Savages, I think a lot to recapture in terms of former glory. Certainly setting themselves up pretty well. Said before, the finals themselves will guarantee that you'll get the credits payout. So just making it through here is enough to start getting access.
It all begins here, and the Golden State are now starting to fall behind in terms of kills. The Savages certainly are being savages here against the Golden State lineup, but kind of obviously, with Golden State having such a huge deficit, they need to just put in way more work. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. Golden State, they're finally starting to group up and actually play the slow game. They're moving as one unit, and they're just hammering their fist into the Savages.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Savages were doing it themselves, just grouping up and moving, making sure that every kill is at least traded. 3 minutes left on the clock It would be absolutely massive for Golden State if they could meet their country folk in the grand finals itself. It would seem so unlikely coming into this one, but perhaps Savages, that summer holiday is going to cost them again.
Oh, it might just as Golden State, they're making a comeback. As I said, kind of, this would be a banger of a series. And right now, we're seeing this from the Golden State lineup and from the Savages. And now the Golden State, they're finally, again, working together as a team. As I said before, this is the way that they want to play. And it's been working out fantastically for them. So far, it's like one kill has been picked up the last minute and a half here for the Savages.
We are seeing Savages just trying to build themselves back up again near the museum entrance, moving out en masse once again with Sonic leading the charge. Barrios, they have a decent amount of kills, but unfortunately for the Golden State V2 squad, that last brawl went pretty heavily against them.
Oh, and now Savages, they're running past 40 kills, kind of. This is the mark, everyone, that you don't want to get to. Once you get to 40 kills, that psychological effect suddenly becomes so big. There's so much pressure on you, and it feels like the Golden State version 2, they can feel that.
Savage 21 coming round the side and will tear into the flank of Golden State V2, who are trying to defend, but now I think are beyond hope. Darius continues to try and pick off kills for that BSW, but the rate just doesn't seem to be high enough, especially with Dragon and the rest of the Blues. The Savages round the outside, brawling and finalizing the job.
Well played by the Savages, but kind of we need to see a even more clean game moving into game number 2, or else I think Clan Legendario, they will be unstoppable because they looked clean, they looked clinical, they looked unstoppable. And the Savages, they're simply not performing to the same standard that Clan Legendario, they put up today.
Guys, it is all about putting in the grind. For now, though, the Savages, they at least get that first game victory, but it is a long way to the finals and that big old pile of credits. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes' time with round 2 of Savages versus Golden State V2. Friends, we return for our second round of action between Savages and Golden State V2. We thought for a second, just maybe, Golden State could take advantage of an out-of-practice Savages squad, but it doesn't seem to have borne out, as the game ultimately ended up being heavily in the Savages' favour.
But now it kind of fit for the Savages. One more game is what they need to win in order to take down the Golden State version 2. And honestly, obviously with Savages playing the way that they played, they were better than the Golden State, but taking them down twice, that's going to be quite a feat.
Savages trying to work their way around to catch Golden State and contain them within the top right-hand corner of the map. Sonic picking up an early kill keeps Savages looking pretty healthy. This player works his way around the flank as well. Confidence of the experienced Savages squad, giving them the early advantage.
The Golden State version 2 falling quite far behind, but the Savages, they are not that far ahead either, to be honest, kind of fit. This is still very, very close, and it's still quite a good series here between these two teams. Within the first minute, we've seen nearly 12 kills, so they definitely are blood hungry all around.
Yeah, it's not too, honestly, despite the fact we've been seeing some confident map movements from Savages, it's not that bad for the Argentinian squad right now. There's still some hope they might get to see their country folk in the grand finals. If they can find a way through here, right now it seemed like defensive play is the Golden State way of being.
That is usually what the Golden State, they play for. Picking up a lot of snipers, they like to just wait for the opponents to poke their head, for them to overstep their way into their fort, and right now that is working out quite well. Casito putting down some shots onto some team members, unfortunately, will fortunately not kill those team members, but it's 11-11, and it's very close here between these two teams.
Again, I think a little bit overexcited perhaps, as Golden State, they take themselves the lead after that last exchange, and even with Savages having control of nearly the entire map, a well-placed grenade from Barber, again, will clip another kill in. 5 minutes left to play. Golden State, they've got the lead for now.
But how long can they keep it, kind of fit? For how long will this keep going? There's a long way to go, but the Golden State, they are keeping it up so far, and they still want to be in the final. They still want an all-Argentinian final, so they're fighting with everything that they could want.
Yeah, the command center defense from Golden State is still working pretty well. We've seen some very nice snipe kills coming out from Kira and from Darius, who is rocking out the commander with the golden shotgun, of course. Now, pretty easy to control these entrance ways. You've got a big old shield to pretty much block up the entire thing.
Oh, certainly, Counterfeit. There's so much to work with here from the Golden State, and I think this is definitely a map that favors them a lot. Coming in here and saying that it's an open map too, so for them, that they like to play with these snipers, it just means that they get everything that they could want out of this map. But the next map, that's going to be overtime. That's going to be the same thing, where you can just hide in those corridors again and have these open maps waiting for your opponent to come into your crosshair.
Kira keeping the flank secured, while Cosito tries to sneak up as well. Huge lead for the Argentinian squad right now, looking extremely good as they go through. They've kept up the same style of play for the last few minutes, and despite some nice grenade, well, rather thanks to some nice grenade kills, Golden State, they're now ahead by 10 kills. Not at all what we expected coming into the second game.
Oh, certainly not. But you know what, Counterfeit? Golden State, they're giving it everything. And honestly, this is what you need to see from a team in the semifinal. You need to see them not give up despite losing game number 1. And right now, the Golden State and the Savages, they're both showing that they are worthy of a grand final spot. But Golden State, they are definitely being way more punishing than the Savages once they get into that preferred state of play. But apparently, Savages, they can also fight back. They push in fast, and now Golden State, they're still caught inside here. Could this be their demise?
being pushed right back into a corner. I think almost an ace. Both teams taking heavy casualties as we're getting very close to that 50 kill mark. Bear in mind though, Golden State, while they did get pushed back, they got so many kills on the way out. They are very close to ending out this second semi-final game.
Time can only tell Counterfeit how this will go, but so far it is all about Golden State. They will be taking up game number 2, and then we will see, and time will tell what game number 3 is going to be all about. But so far, Golden State, this is a dominating performance, and if they can keep this up moving into game number 3, then I have no doubts that we're going to have an all-Argentinian grand final here today.
Well, guys, it will be a series we've got for you as Barber, YouTube, doing a great job there for Golden State. Some real big numbers being pushed through. And honestly, 50 to 39, that's real impressive. That's an exact opposite of last time round. So both teams winning out by 11. Golden State, they had a strategy, they stuck with it, and ultimately it paid off. We will be finding out who will be going to the finals to compete for those big prizes. Only the top 3 teams from monthly finals can get access to Invictus, and we'll find out which one is definitely going to be one of those after the break. Hey there everybody, we've got a little bit of a delay on our next game, the decider between Golden State V2 and Savages, so please do come and join us on the battlefield. If you're a PC player, then this is your chance to get on stream even if you're not taking part in ESL competition.
And why would you not get onto the stream, ladies and gentlemen? It's a good way to show teams that you might want to play for how good you are at MC5.
So we'll just wait for a few more people to come in. Of course, you can still come and join the game even after it has started with the passkey ESL 123. Deedless, you're not gonna join yourself a team and show off your skills?
No, I think I've embarrassed myself quite enough today, Confit, unfortunately.
Well, fortunately for the stream, I have an unmitigated capacity for such things. So hopefully we'll have enough people to get started in a second. There we go. Alright, so we'll start off as a 2v2 or a 2v3. And guys, come and join us because we'll probably be getting into our ESL match at any point. So we'll still drop out, we'll keep the game going, but we won't be showing it any further on stream if and when that does happen. Alright, let's just go for... okay, so these are not good. I can't remember why I've got that one. Alright, let's go for the old classic. Classic for a reason. Let's get it on. So, on the same team as Overclocking this time around, hopefully. There we go, we've got Soul Catcher. I remember shooting that player in the face at some point, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. You are not very nice, Mr. Counterfeit.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh, I am delightful.
Are you sure?
Alright, you and me overclocking up the stairs. Let's see if we can find ourselves a few friends to call our own.
Good luck, is all I can say.
So we need some... Yes, we need some more friends. There we go. Oh man. How did I not hit them in the head? All this time, I've been denied. Hello.
Or maybe you just like suck.
Oh man. Well,
Ah, sorry. I shouldn't be so mean. It's not your fault.
you're right. It's society's fault. Guys, we will have our last semi-final match coming up soon, and then we'll be getting on to the grand finals itself with 30,000 credits on the line between first and second place. The top 3 teams getting hold of Invictus. The third and fourth place match, which will be played off stream, is still very much important. Invictus Camo marks you out as one of the best teams in ESL competition. It is the only place that you can get hold of that mark of distinction. Fearless Hero Gaming Simon is asking how your new place is.
Oh, thank you, Hero Games. I mean, my new place is it's quite good, man. It's really hot, unfortunately, but like beside that, it's really, really good. And I'm definitely enjoying living in this city. How is things going with you, Hero Games Simon?
Melodious, I would ask you to cool it in the YouTube chat. Remind that Hero Gaming Simon is not only not a developer, but he's volunteering his time to moderate. So that's a pretty good way to end up timed out a second time if you're trying to start fights with our chat moderators. Alright, so we've got... I think we might have chosen the too big of a map because we're struggling to find people. Let's see. I think if we go towards our teammates, who apparently are having no problems at all in getting shot in the face, we should also be able to replicate their feat. Oh, back this way. Oh no! Wan! McQuell killed us instantaneously. I presume they were evil-eyeing us. They saw us coming a mile away. Alright, where do we go now? Where do we go now? Oh man, as far away from Soul Catcher as possible. Right, it's not working out very well with the assault, so I think I'm going to switch things up and go back to the old classic, the support. It's got the most bullets, and so you can miss the most times and not die. Also, it kind of rewards you for missing, because you get better accuracy the more you shoot, which is almost the same thing. I thought for a second I might be able to take down Soul Catcher, who I think is probably the #1 player in this game, but sadly I was denied. Yes, Soul Catcher, it's pretty much carrying by themselves. Alright, Dream Chaser. Let's see if we can... There we go. Oh man, it's tough. I think it feels like I need to be pre-firing with this, otherwise I'm just not going to do enough damage.
Well, perhaps you need to do that. I wouldn't know because I'm not very good at MC5. But perhaps that is the way to go.
Well, Dreamcatcher experiencing the joy of getting a floor bang there. There we go. Alright, let's mess around with the Bramson a bit. Hoorah. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, Mikhail's way too good. Jordan Heartmelt using the LMG. So yes, using a light machine gun. It's kind of weird because it doesn't have the immediate killing power of something like, well, as you see, the sniper rifle, all the assault rifle, but it's very, very good for chucking out an enormous amount of bullets in a short amount of time. If you can avoid, yeah, if you can catch people off guard and things like that, then it can be very, very good. But you see, it doesn't, you know, I think it's probably better when you've got more people around, so you can just kind of create more chaos with a huge hail of bullets. There you go. Yeah, because of the high fire rate, if you can headshot people with it, I think it's pretty good. Here we're getting someone's getting crazy. Yes, getting ready for the hurricane coming. So I hope you guys do make sure you look after yourselves. Make sure you do everything you need to. That sounds like pretty serious business.
It sounds like very serious business. I hope you're okay. Hero Gaming Simon. I've heard, I've actually never been in a hurricane. I think the last time that there was a hurricane in Denmark was the year that I was born.
Ah, how auspicious.
And that is 21 years ago.
So you're saying that your birth stopped the hurricanes in Denmark?
Yes. That's why my mother gave birth to me. It was said so that I would stop every hurricane ever.
Oh gosh, well I hope you keep yourself good and healthy for all hurricanes to come. Jordan, you used to play MC5 on PC, but now you switch across to mobile. Well, yes, I think it's one of the things that a lot of time it can be a lot more convenient to be able to play on mobile because you just play wherever you want, as long as you've got data, I suppose. Oh boy, this game has, well, it's... I mean, I'm top of my team. I don't think that's really saying too much, but... let's see. Oh, I think we got tagged. Did we get tagged anything to do with this? No, it's something else.
No. Well, I don't think we got tagged. At least I didn't.
No, it was something else. Oh, Jordan was born the day the Berlin Wall was torn down. Huh. So you're saying, Jordan, that when you reach the end of your life, the Berlin Wall will go back up again?
Perhaps.
Correlation. Correlation is causation. If two things have a coincidence, they are linked inextricably. So guys, look after yourselves. Alright, we're going to get a community game going for the time being while we have a look into that last semi-final game of the day, ESL 1, 2, 3. Where should we go for this great game at Dealers?
Let's go to the rooftops.
I don't even need to ask.
Of course not. I love the rooftops.
Alright, so ESL 1, 2, 3. come and join us, guys. Set up your highlight reel for your future team applications. They'll want to know that you can perform on stream. Jordan was... I probably wouldn't give away your date of birth on the internet, Jordan. That's not a very good idea. But I won't read that out just in case someone didn't see that.
Ah, man, I thought it was a long time ago that the Berlin Wall was torn down.
I don't know. Let's see. Berlin Wall. Tear down date. The November 9th, 1989. Oh, maybe that's not the actual date. If I lie, maybe that's just the date that was the fall of the wall. Oh, I see. So that was, yeah, so in 1989 the Berlin Wall was kind of announced as being just a thing which didn't really matter anymore because it was going to be just kind of there but not like enforced in any kind of way.
Ooh, okay. Yes. Well, it's very interesting that you're talking about the Berlin Wall conflict, but I do have an update from the admins. Apparently, there seems to be an admin decision. So Golden State, they will be going to the third game decider match, and that means that Savages, they'll be moving up into the grand final to face Clan Legendario.
Well,
that is a very good question, Notorious, why it's called rooftops and not rooftop. I think, it's probably because you can see multiple rooftops around. That's my best bet.
Well, we'll have to think about that during the break, guys. We'll be back to you in a few minutes. Our finals do seem to be in place, so we'll be bringing you those as soon as possible. For now, though, enjoy the community game. You can still join in all the way through, but we'll catch you on the other side. Welcome back, everyone. So, we are just waiting on our next game. And I think we have, in fact...
passkey.
Yes, we have. Marvelous. So, D-list, who have we got on the menu for our best of 5 grand finals with 30,000 credits on the line?
Clan Legendario versus the Savages.
Alright guys, so we'll just take a minute or two while we get that game set up for you. But yes, best of 5 action coming to you in just a few moments time, and so there will likely not be any more community games today. We'll be focusing exclusively on the ESL competition, and we'll be back in just a second with that first pre-game lobby. It's here. The grand finals, what all this has been working towards. 30,000 credits on the line in this best of 5. Savages from the USA looking to reclaim their glory. Legendario looking to get some of that glory for themselves for that very first time.
And it's going to be a best of 5 series counterfeit between these two teams, and it can only be Legendary with Clan Legendario taking on the Savages. Clan Legendario, they've been looking so good here today, but the Savages, they like to play a fast-paced style. And Clan Legendario, they are the complete opposite, so it's going to be a clash of styles between these two teams.
We'll see which one comes out on top. Before, when we were on the streets, we did see some very hyper defensive play, but this time round it seems to be all based around the center, as it is a dead even share of points so far, with good spread across. Tony from the side of the Savages picking up the lion's share to start with, but Legendario, they've got themselves a lead, even if it's only for a few seconds.
It's a very small one counterfeit. It's only a 1 kill lead, but kills being traded back and forth. The Clan Legendario squad, they're not being allowed to slow down things, but hold up. Looks like we might just be seeing something right here from Clan Legendario down towards the bottom of the map. They're starting to take hold of this pathway, but the Savages are not allowing them to get that grip, and they're just killing them instantly the moment they try to move over there.
It seems to have turned into a series of individual duels between the American and Argentinian teams. It did look like for a while that Legendario could hold tight, but you're right, it's starting to slowly turn into the Savages' favour. We knew Savages were trying to come back to shake off that ring rust. I think every game and every moment of each game is a step closer to their old form.
Certainly looks like that kind of it, but Clan Legendario, they still have a thing or two to say about this. The Savages, what Peter is mentioning is that they took a long break just a short while ago, and then they never really got back to form. But the Clan Legendario today might just be the team losing to the Savages, who will be back on form. But so far, it's the Savages. It's not really a dominating performance, and neither team is really coming ahead.
Sonic picking up the last kills as Savages are down to just 4 members, but still managed to maintain the lead. Black Zone, I'm afraid we won't be able to bring you the Android tournament today, fortunately due to some technical issues on our end. So apologies for that, but we will be back later on iOS, and of course we'll be having those iOS competitions en masse tomorrow as well.
That is definitely true, kind of it. So there's plenty that you can look forward to for tomorrow, but so far it is Savages and it is Clan Legendario that you can look forward to right now. Clan Legendario, they're still just hanging on with the skin of their teeth as they are behind just 4 kills. Now make that 5. The Savages certainly not stepping down from that speeder that they are on right now.
Pose OP gonna roll some grenades around to make sure they don't get aggressed onto, but it's not gonna keep Savage from the door. Chasing up, looking for another kill. Up there, doesn't quite manage to take out Taguito, we noted before as being one of their better players, and is currently rocking the top of the scoreboard, best KDA in the game, and will grab yet another.
Now it's actually going to be so close here, kind of it. Nothing is separating Clan Legendario and the Savages anymore. Clan Legendario getting so many explosive kills has helped them get back. Right now, they have 7 explosive kills compared to the 1 of the Savages. So while the Savages, they're making sure to be aggressive and to push up all the time, Clan Legendario, they're taking it a bit more slow, a bit more conservative, and it's helping them out getting back into this game.
The Toke being exactly in the right place at the right time has taken 3 or 4 kills in a row. Legendario, they've got the lead on this all-important final part of this Grand Finals game number 1. It will be such a massive upset if Legendario can take this first game victory. It's not a team we expected to see go for and win a weekly competition. To start off the finals this way would be amazing for the Argentinians.
It certainly would be kind of fair. Clan Legendario, they consistently get inside top 4, but they never win. And right now, they are on the brink of actually winning the first game in this grand final. There you go. 2 more kills was all Clan Legendario they needed. They win, they take down the Savages, and now 2 more will be it for Clan Legendario. But the Savages, they still have a lifeline to work with.
The Toke definitely coming absolutely alive in the center there. You can see both the top players from each team did almost take the same amount of kills and deaths in that last game. But man, what a bloodbath. Ultimately, it was Taguito again for the Legendario team that ended up being the difference maker. 13-8, very impressive stuff. And guys, we're only getting started with this best of 5. Legendario, they seize the first point, but it's well far from over. We'll catch you guys in just a few moments' time with round 2 of the finals. We're back for game number 2. A surprising victory from Clan Legendario puts in question what would have seemed in the past an almost guaranteed Savages win.
Oh, certainly, but Clan Legendario, they pick up the slack, they allow themselves to move into a position where they can work as a team, and they have a clear ground to work from, and it worked out perfect for them, as it usually do.
First blood falling into the hands of the Argentinians is a good way to start, as again we are seeing a presence for Legendario, the red team, in the center of the map and along the right hand side. No hyper defensive posturing as of yet. That is possible if you go to the far bottom left on overtime.
Oh, it certainly is, but the Savages right now, they are completely controlling the left-hand side of this map, while Clan Legendario, they have to just be fine with picking up the upper right side. Still, it's a clear ground to work from. It is a fort that they can start to build up, so they shouldn't be too unhappy.
Nice pick up there from X9 Dragon. as an exchange of grenades breaks the deadlock. Legendario actually being pushed all the way to the bottom, to the top right-hand corner in that last exchange. Degrito, the MVP from last time round, is trying to bring out Legendario's presence along the top of the map, but will have to get past Dragon to do so.
Now, right now, Dragon sitting comfortably on 1 kill, but certainly that is enough in a game that is so slow as this one. The real carry right now is Tony on the side of Savages as well. 3 kills, 0 deaths, alongside Dragon, who's now sitting at 2, is one of those big performing members.
Yeah, Dragon and Tony both yet to taste any deaths in this match at all. It's getting a lot of attention. Finally goes down, but the damage I think has been done. Savages, they've got themselves the 5 kill leads with less than 5 minutes to play.
And this is looking like a repeat of game number 1, where the Savages, they were in control in the early game, where they said, okay, we're just gonna rush up against Clan Legendario, we're gonna up the tempo of the game, and we're not gonna allow Legendario to get any control over any part of the map, because we're gonna be unrelenting and we're gonna be in their face all the time. It's working out again, but they need to keep it up, or else Clan Legendario, they will make a comeback.
Now we know the tenacity of Legendario is oh so impressive, but Player X is doing some real heavy lifting for the team, getting right up in Legendario's face, showing no fear at all, and picking up 2-3 kills in exchange.
And you know what, Savages, they are unrelenting in this game kind of fit. X9 Dragon, 5 and 2 kills. Tony, 4 and 3. And Player X, 8 and 6. Everyone is just stepping up for the Savages, and we said the Savages, they could get back into their former shape. If they continue to play like this, then they might just pull this to 5 games and show us that they can go the distance.
Checking back in with Adrian Lesson, the pro sniper from the Legendario team. Seeming like he's struggling to find the opportunity to snipe because it's turned into such a brawl. Sonic and the rest of the team, you see them just hunting on the upper levels, ready to drop down on the Legendario members if the opportunity arises. X9 Dragon on the other side, and Player X trying to encircle the Legendario squad.
X9 Dragon is doing everything that they can in order to win this game for the Savages, and with only 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go, a 13 kill lead is what the Savages they currently have, so this is looking very, very good for them. Clan Legendario not being able to really get control over any space here on this map, not being able to step up as a team. They're coming in to these individual fights, and that's where the Savages they shine. So Clan Legendario, they need to rethink how they play in game number 3, because this one is more or less just done.
2 minutes 35 left to play, almost up to 40. Player X, X9 Dragon, and Savage and Sonic all putting in a proper shift here. For the other side, Pozo P and Toguito, Adrian Lessons, Warren, who we've seen before, pull out some really, really strong performances. Really struggling in this game away from that classic commander. Instead, taking just a whole amount of deaths. It's a shame. Over time, definitely a map suited to the commander with some of these tight corridors. Warren does at least gets hold of a kill there, but gets overrun by a very vicious Savages squad, who are mostly sticking together as a team right in the center, managing to drive Legendario out towards the very edges of the map and keeping their scoring opportunities extremely low.
Clan Legendario Counterfeit will be losing game number 2 right here. I don't think there's a way that they can make that comeback, but moving into game number 3, they still do stand a good chance, of course. It's 1-1. It goes down to what is essentially a best of 3. And as we're going on to the construction side, it is something that can favor Clan Legendario, because you've started to see teams in the underpass, over in the actual construction side, start to group up, start to actually create an area where they can get control from. And if Clan Legendario, they can do that early on in the game, then they might just be the ones to win that game.
I think MVP for that last round's got to go to X9 Dragon, 12 and 5. Just honestly, super impressive stuff. And if when you compare the rest of the scoreboards, it all looks pretty similar. So the real big difference maker, as the series is tied up 1-1. Guys, we will have that Game 3 as soon as it is available. Savages, Legendario, Game 3 of the Grand Finals coming up in just a few moments' time. We're into game number 3 of our grand finals as Savages and Legendario go at each other once again. We've gone on to now the construction site, and we'll see which of these two teams has got the best handle on this turning point game.
It does kind of fit. Whoever wins this one will be the one taking the lead here in this series, will be the one to really have the most momentum. And for Clan Legendario, they would want to have that going out of this. They've not really been able to pick up a lot of victories as of recently. So they want to show the world that while they are a top 4 team, that they are also a team that can take entire monthly finals.
Had to have taken some of the wind out of Legendario's sails. How convincing that last game victory was for Savages. But here in the construction site, lots of different ways to play out the game. No specific defensive position to call upon, so it will be on the teams to figure out what the best approach is.
Oh, it certainly will be, but so far Savages, they are once again coming in with just a lot of momentum, and this is why Clan Legendario, they're struggling. If they can't get into a position where they can work together as a team and get a lot of assists, then the Savages, they will just be running over them, because the Savages, they don't slow down.
We, of course, keep our eyes on X9 Dragon. Yet to pick up any kills of their own, but we'll correct that very shortly. We've got Legendario up towards the top of the map, while Muir is trying to hold the line at the bottom. Pose OP, trying to get into position in the sniper's nest, but just look at the swarms of Savages players. All in the left-hand side. They've just got such a huge amount of presence there.
No, but Post OP, let's check in with them kind of it, because Post OP just got 2 kills out of nowhere. Definitely making so much happen here for Clan Legendario, with them coming in from behind, from them just ramming the Savages down. It is a good flank, and you just sandwich them in.
Yeah, I think that must have been a really well-placed grenade from all the way up in the sniper's nest down towards the advancing line of Savages, as the X9 Dragon gets caught out by Muir in the back, and suddenly Savages look like they could be in trouble here as they are forced to respawn en masse.
The Savages might just have met their demise right here, kind of it, but obviously there's still so long to go. And for Clan Legendario, while they are falling just a tiny bit behind, it's not easy for the Savages to create a lead like this.
We're coming up towards the halfway mark now. Savages and Legendario still managing to keep pace. For Legendario, based off that the second game performance, this is actually pretty solid for them. But Tony has been making their mark, as has had Player X as well. Sonic quietly picking up 3 kills and only 1 death so far. I'm starting to feel like it's shifting towards the American team.
Oh, it is certainly doing that, but Clan Legendario, they're not giving up and they're still fighting back, but the Savages are definitely getting that lead here so far. It's just a matter of whether or not they can keep that up and they can continue to develop upon this lead, because if you give Clan Legendario just some room to make that comeback, they have shown that they can do that. They did it in game number 1.
Only 3 behind. We're going to be seeing some grenades ricocheting into the backfield. But keep your eyes on the Toke and on Muir. They've got control of the very bottom of the map, while Agent Lessons tries to hold the top. It's a risky strategy for Legendario to split their strength, but they've got the opportunity to get those pick-off kills from afar.
Not over yet, but Clan Legendario making their comeback. 3 kills so far, kind of it. And honestly, something that's been working out a lot for Clan Legendario has been their aim today. Clan Legendario, they're not known as a duelish heavy team, but in this game, they've been landing those shots. They've been getting a lot of headshots, and it means that they are very deadly here today, and they don't need a lot of shots, so they don't stay in that dueling position for too long.
It seemed for a second Legendario had got the game back under control, but Savages are able to overrun the split up Legendario squad, get back a huge amount of kills, and now have the lead as we are barreling towards that big 5-0 score limit. 2 kills in for Legendario means we could be having the start of some kind of late game comeback.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. It's completely dead even. No one is up ahead. No one is coming out and getting that lead. But Counterfeit, it is still even after just a few kills going back and forth. 2 minutes left to go. I cannot believe that it is so even, and whoever loses this will be devastated.
It's going to be a very tough loss indeed as Savage manages to break through the line. X9 Dragon going for the follow-up. Will be going straight in for the 1 versus 2. Manages to put both of them down. It's only a few moments more. Adrian Lessons is trying to out-snipe the Dragon. It's going to be a pretty tough
One more kill
game.
for the 2 teams.
Running away for just a second. Tote comes in from the side, but just like that, by a single point. 50-49. That's Savage's victory number 2.
Unbelievable. 1 point between the 2 teams. Clan Legendario, they made a comeback, but the Savages, they just snap away the victory within the last possible second. It was so close. This must be devastating for Clan Legendario to lose. And I wonder, can they make that comeback? Because this is not something you see every single day.
Oh, that was so well played from both squads. Honestly, it was anyone's. You saw Adrian just running for cover there. I cannot believe how close that was. We saw Pose OP doing some incredible work, and Muir as well. Legendario, they just did some... Honestly, they showed us that it is possible they can bring this series back, but they will only get this next game as a chance to do so. 2-1 in this best of 5. Savages on the pinnacle of getting themselves 20,000 credits. Legendario, one more chance after the break. We'll see you there. Friends, we are here for what could be our last PC Grand Finals game. Savages, they've got 2 locked and loaded. Legendario, only 1. But it was only 1 point that separated the 2 teams in that last game 3.
And you know what, kind of it? That is just surprising, and honestly, it must feel so bad for Clan Legendario, as Clan Legendario, to lose that game. But now, fortunately for them, we are on Scramble, and that is a map that should be totally favored towards them. Move into a hangar, set up your tent, wait for the Savages to come to you, and just cut them down when they move over towards you.
We've got all 5 members from both teams on board right now. We've seen defensive play up in the top northern part of the map, where Warren is right now, the command center. Savage 21, team leader of Savages, currently right in the middle. The hangar there, and also a very good defensive point. Player X round the side, but currently the Argentinians, they've got themselves at least an even showing. I think that might be about to change.
The Savages, they are starting to move over towards them, but it's going to be so hard. Clan Legendario, there's not a lot of ways to breach their armor, but Clan Legendario, they are also swapping up things here. They're running a lot of Cock-Vs, a lot of assault classes, but only 1 sniper.
It's very surprising considering that there's such great sightlines on this map. Well, we'll have to see how it works out ultimately. These decisions the teams are making right here have just such massive consequences for them. As you said before, 30,000 credits on the line as a result of this series. First place 20,000, second place 10,000, and the top 3 teams getting a hold of Invictus camo, the most difficult to obtain camo, I believe, in the whole game.
It certainly is, kind of it. So you want to win it today, you want to get all that prestige, but Clan Legendario started out well, got what they needed. They went into a position and put down their tent, said this is our campground, but the Savages, they just run it over. They come in like running bulls.
Man, that was pretty brutal. Savages doubling up on the score of the Argentinian Legendario squad. Legendario trying to find their feet on the far left of the map, trying to break out, led by Muir and the Guito. 2 power players for the squad, but they are getting nowhere because they are running into a crowd of Savages players.
They're not giving them a chance at making this comeback, kind of it. And the Savages, they're saying, this is over, this is our time. We're back in form, and we know Clan Legendario is a team to respect, a team that always gets into top 4. But you're not going further than that today.
It's certainly looking like the situation is dire as it could be. 10 ahead for Savages from the first 3 minutes. Savage 21 does get taken down in that last exchange. For Legendario, I honestly don't know if they get back into this by trying to pick off kills or if they go full bore.
Well, you know what, kind of it. I think the way to go here for the Savages would be... Sorry, for not the Savages, for the Clan Legendario, it would be for them to just try and slow down the game. I know you only have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. I know you're behind 12 kills, but there's no reason to try and take these duels when you are on your back foot, because the Savages, they have shown time and time again that they are better in those duels, that they have a better mechanical skill than Clan Legendario. So don't take those fights, just wait it out, wait for them to come to you, and force them into an uncomfortable position, force them to play to your style.
Score Gaming and Alpha OP will be playing for the 3rd place position, as we said before. Invictus goes to the top 3 teams, so 3rd place is very important in this competition because of the extremely limited opportunities to get hold of Invictus, particularly on PC. We do not have PC finals often, so we're glad you guys are here with us to witness this crowning, potentially, of the Savage team.
Yeah, well, they are not out of the woods yet. They still have 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go, or 21 more kills. Clan Legendario not giving a lot of kills up just within this last 30 seconds and actually starting to get a lot of kills. So this might just be their comeback. The Savages, their lead has been reduced to 4 now, kind of it. This is looking way, way better.
finally Legendary managing to find their pace as Savages start to stack up in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. See Legendary breaking away, looking for another way in. They need to pick up an enormous amount of kills. 5 separating with only 2 minutes left. And of course, you know that Savages will be getting in as many kills as they can in reply.
Legion Gaming, first place, does get Invictus Camp here in this tournament. So that is what they're fighting for alongside those credits. Savages starting to now make that comeback, starting to really just put the pedal to the metal. Not giving Clan Legendario a shot at making it back, but now it's down to 1 kill. Clan Legendario, could they do it? Could they take it back?
Legion Gaming, yes, you do make a good point. I'm mistaken. The first place will get access to Bullet Life, which is even harder to get hold of under normal circumstances than Invictus, though I do believe they have the option if they so choose. We're coming down to the last minute of play though. Legendario, they may not have that option if they can't find these last few kills.
Yes, that is true. Legion Gaming, of course, it's Invictus Trinket, and the Bull Life has kind of been said. But yes, it's definitely coming down to the very last few paces. Clan Legendario just not giving up. Now it's down to 40 to 39 for Clan Legendario. This is their comeback. Savages. But oh my god, X9 Dragon and Player X, they just pull it back, take it back. 3 kills out of nowhere.
Legendary were trying to fall back after getting those kills. They took the fight, ultimately paid for it, as Adrian Lessons continues to pick away at the Savages team, trying to find just those 2 more kills. Long range firefight, Cogv gets 1. Can they find the second?
Looking for it. Chucks out a grenade, gets 1 kill with that Cogv, but the grenade comes back. Now Savages, they're up 1 kill. 10 seconds left to go. Can they find that kill on the side of Clan Legendario? Everyone from Savages, they're grouping up. Here we go. Adrian looking for the kill. Doesn't land it. Will they get overtime? No, they will not. Savages, they're gonna win again with 1 point.
That is crazy. And you could see Legendario, they were all around the hangar looking to try and break in that supply hangar. I think they just waited maybe a second or two too late. Of course, they didn't want to give across. They wanted to get those kills. They didn't want to give them back over in return. It could have worked. It could have got them into Game 5, but they were ultimately 1 or 2 seconds too late, and ultimately 1 kill too short.
It was so close, Counterfeit, and honestly, you have to congratulate Clan Legendario for making it this far and having such a good showing, but overall, the Savages, they're back, and this is their old form.
A lot of credit to the play of Legendario, but ultimately, yes, Savages back on top once again. They'll take home the 20,000 credits and the Bullet Life camo. Guys, we won't be able to, unfortunately, bring you the Android tournament today due to some technical issues on our end, but we will be back later on with the iOS regular weekly competition. There's going to be a lot going on this weekend. We'll be having the Red Finals at 2 o'clock UK time tomorrow. It's quite possible we won't be able to bring you the Red Weeklies because we're going into the Blue Finals at 9 o'clock UK time. I'll post the details out in the chat so you guys can see in your local time. But again, thank you, of course, to Hunter and Aviator, our ESL admins for today. Deedless, if people want to find your good self, where should they be looking on the intertubes?
Well, you can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at DeedlessCast. Hell, you can even find me on YouTube if you want to watch a couple of the videos.
Alright guys, and I'll post my details into the chat as well. If you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat, because we've got plenty more MC5 over this weekend. We've got packed weekends for the next 2 weekends as well. Monthly finals, absolutely everywhere. High stakes competition. But for now, I've been Counterfeit, he's been Deedless, and we'll see you guys later.